Good evening. I'm making a video on Maggie. It's her birthday. She's 10 years old, July 4th. And she's my main little doggie now. When she came to us, we had another doggie. Yeah, sweetheart, you're 10 years old. You're a good girl. Maggie is half Border Collie and half Australian Shepherd. Her dad was trained to kill coyotes. We lived in cattle country. Oh, there's my clock. I'll wait until the clock's done. It's done. Anyway, she came out of cattle country, and we got her when she was 9 weeks old. And her dad was famous for his ability as a stock dog and as getting rid of coyotes. Oh, I think you're shedding, Maggie. And so she came from good stock, and I think if she were turned around, you could see, Maggie, come over here, honey. She has one sugarfoot. I think that's the Australian Shepherd part. They have sugarfoots. That's where it's speckled. And the neighbors got one of the other pups. They look completely different. The other one was fluffier, whiter, and I think could have had some brown on her eyebrows, I'm not sure. But it was funny. We went to some sort of a community gathering where we lived. It was an open house or something, and a lot of us in the area came, and we were visiting, and we found out we each had pups from that litter. And all the female pups had been named with an M name. There was Maggie and Millie, and I forget the others. But I thought that was interesting, that all of the pups, and everyone remarked how well they liked their dog. What a good dog it was. And Maggie has been a good dog. When we got her, like I say, we were in cattle country. And I mean big cattle country. The ranchers there usually had at least 2, if not 3 ranches, and they were hundreds of acres. They had the lower ranch, the upper ranch, and the home ranch. And it wasn't a problem. The dogs weren't spayed or neutered because they were working dogs. It wasn't a problem. There wasn't overpopulation. They probably had these pups on purpose, but even though she was a free pup. But because of the big ranches, our closest neighbor was a mile away. But they were neighbors that weren't there all the time because it was their, I don't know, it was one of the ranches they didn't stay out a lot. And actually, she came from John, who worked on that ranch. John was the hired man. That was his dog. His dog was the daddy dog. Anyway, when she was to have her shots shortly after she came, and a free dog is never free. And Tom had a real bad accident just after she came, when it was she was due for her shots, and because of what had happened, it slipped my mind and I missed it. Anyway, Tom had to be life flighted, and he was in the hospital for quite a few days. Craig came up to help me, our next door son now, and he stayed with us. The accident happened October 1st. He stayed until December 10th, when I was able to take care of Tom without his help. And so I forgot her shots. Tom was in the hospital. Actually, Craig was on his way up to help me. And the night before, the dogs had been playing out in the fields, running back and forth, and probably Maggie picked up a parvo germ from the coyotes that ran through. And during the night she got really sick, but even in the morning, what would happen, she'd be sick, then she'd get up and play. And so it was hard to tell what was going on. I called the vet, he said, bring her down, don't bring her into the clinic. And yes, she had parvo. I left a deposit, had to leave my pup, and he said, we'll call you when she's ready. And it wasn't long, I got the call, she was fine, and he said if any dog comes through parvo, it's going to be your border collies, your Australian Shepherd mixes, are those two dogs, really hardy dogs. And so I was just thankful for that. She's been a really good dog. When she was a pup, we had lots of chickens. She got in trouble right away with the chickens, and I had to spank her. She didn't think that I would do such a thing, but I had a stick and I spanked her hard. She never again did anything bad with the chickens. In fact, she's always helped us with the chickens. She can be in with the chickens. They can peck at her. She won't touch them, but she'll make sure they get to bed if that's what is needed. She always helps us when they get out. She doesn't always do what we'd like her to do, but she's out there trying to help us. And so it's just in her blood to be this stock dog. Just lately I heard that the longest living dog was in Australia. It lived about, I think, 33 years, and it was like Maggie, the Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix, I think, and it lived 33 years. Well, I don't expect that with Maggie because I bet that was a working dog where she ran and exercised. Maggie doesn't have that here. But she had it for the first 3 years where she could run and go out into the fields and be with the animals and do something. So it was good. But she's been a very good protective dog. Twice she's helped me with intruders here. So that's been good. And did I mention about the figs? She was sick a couple of weeks ago. I wondered if I was going to lose her. And I found out we had fed her figs. Figs are toxic to dogs. Don't feed your dogs figs. So she came through that, and of course she was sick when I couldn't get a vet. I'd missed the vet by 15 minutes, and I was thinking, what should I do? And she recovered. So that's my doggy story. She won't be happy on the night of the 4th because of all the noise, and she won't think they're celebrating because of her birthday, I'm sure, and they won't be. But we'll be celebrating that we've had her for 10 good years.